Hello race fans, this is Ben Deathridge with Sprint Car News today, recapping the opening weekend for the ASCS Southwest Region at Central Arizona Raceway in Casa Grande, Arizona. For Friday night's feature, 9 laps would be ran and it would be considered completed as it was curfew shortened. The rundown of the top 5 of Friday night, DJ Netto out of Hanford, California would score the victory, while Dominic Selzy of Fresno, California was the runner-up. Boise, Idaho's Logan Forler finished 3rd, Austin McCarl making the journey from Altoona, Iowa 4th, and the only driver from the state of Arizona in the top 5 in Night 1, Colton Hardy. We grabbed a word with Night 1 winner, DJ Netto. Well, DJ, Friday night, it was a wild race. You got the lead on lap number 1, but then right about lap number 6, Logan Forler started to come challenge you, led briefly, but you were able to get the top spot back. And then about lap 8, Dominic Selzy was starting to really put some heat on you.
Yeah, no, I shot out pretty good at the start of it. And I didn't really know the pace I needed to maintain. I knew lap traffic was going to get pretty entertaining once we got to it. So I was kind of trying to keep a steady pace there and try to watch the cars I was approaching to, kind of know what I was going to need to do with them when I got to them. And then Logan, he slid me and I was like, oh boy, we got company. So I just kind of stepped it up from there. Then unfortunately, I was able to get him back, but then the yellow came out and, I didn't see Dominic. I did see a nose underneath me before the yellow came out, but I didn't know it was Dominic. I thought it was still Logan, but talking with Dominic afterwards, I guess he got by Logan after I was able to get back by him. And, then the yellow came out, and the unfortunate event with Mark catching fire during the yellow, and we went red. Thinking about him and hope that's all coming along well in his recovery. It looked pretty scary to see that happen. I was far enough away where I couldn't get to him, but I was able to see Dominic get there. Just hope he's all right.
No doubt, and no doubt. Just once the situation was handled, you're just sitting there. Are we going to finish this deal? Are we going to keep going? Are we done for the night? What's going to happen? That had to have been stressful. Yeah,
no, definitely stressful. I guess I was just kind of sitting there like, wow, it was pretty scary to watch. Mark essentially just sitting there burning until the fire guys could get to him, and I was too far away to get to him. As Dominic was getting there first, and didn't know that. I understood them to call our race and whatnot for Mark. For the better half of Mark. But they said it was because I guess there was no ambulance there. But then they went and ran the micro. So I was a little frustrated that the way they chose to stop our race but continue another race. Which I think we would have had such a great race going with the track the way it was. The bottom was shaping up to be really well, and the top was still, if you hit it hard enough, it'd carry your momentum. So I thought we would have had a really good race through traffic, as traffic was going to be very, very fun down there. That's something I look forward to, is traffic. I love traffic, and I thought it would have been fun for the fans, with the cars that were up there. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see that play out.
Well, and I know it took a lot of people for you guys to get there. You've got a lot of great sponsors, a lot of great supporters, and I'd like to give you a chance to thank them.
Yeah, no, first and foremost, I need to thank, obviously, my dad and uncle for allowing me to get out there and race. And, we have really good sponsors with, Penny Newman Grain, Vanderpool Petroleum, and Netto Ag. But then, Doug Watts, he just built some very, very, very nice race cars. And makes my job very easy. There's not much I have to do to help him to get to that track, and he takes that role amongst himself. And Corey Guy for coming with us on the weekends, and Corey's known me since I was 16 years old, so he knows the things I like and where I want to be and what I need. And we tried some things Saturday, and we just weren't as good as we were Friday. So it was just a notebook deal, but between our sponsors that get us there, and then, like I said, Doug and Corey, I got too much going on in my work life to worry about, making sure we're prepped and got everything right. So those guys do a very, very great job about making sure we're ready to go racing.
Saturday's feature would go the full distance. It would be a caution-plagued event including 4 stoppages due to red flags. Jake Helsel, racing for car owner Bob Ream Jr., would take the lead on lap number 1, and the Monroe, Washington transplant, currently residing in Santan Valley, would lead every single lap of the action despite challenges from Dominic Scelzi late in the race as well as Corey Day. Dominic Scelzi would finish second. Clovis, California's Corey Day was third. Logan Forler made it 2 top 5s as well for the weekend, finishing 4th, and night 1 winner DJ Netto was 5th. Chris Steppen, who called the action, caught up with Jake Helsel in victory lane.
Let's talk about this race. You told me during the redraw, we're going to do our best to try to let these out-of-towners stay behind us here. You did it. That's all you had to do. Really, really good job tonight.
Thank you, guys. Man, on the first start, I kind of entered a little early, and I felt moisture on the bottom, and I thought, I could probably hit it, but then I saw Corey try to slide me going into 3 and 4, so I'm like, he must have got a better run. Next restart, move up a little bit. Thought I felt something in the middle. It's so hard with these guys that are so fucking good. Excuse my language. I'm so happy, guys. I'm so
You almost did it again. We're all right. Let's talk about that race real quick, though. 50 minutes. We'll look at your right rear in a second. 50 minutes, probably almost out of fuel. 4 cars upside down, and you had to hold off Scelzi and Day and everybody else to get to victory lane.
Man, I just did the same thing repeated in my head. Hey, just don't think. Just do. I've psyched myself out and lost every race that we should have won with Bob, and that's all of them. Every race that we ran, we should have won, but I messed it up. So we made up for that tonight.
Thank everybody that helps you here quick.
Bob, for giving me an opportunity is beyond anything I could ever ask for. Herb puts a fantastic car together. John, he does everything right, man. He's always right there for me whenever I feel down or nervous. My parents, this is the first time they're out here with Bob being my car owner, so that's awesome. Man, last time I left this track was in a helicopter, unfortunately, like Mark yesterday. So I'm thinking about him still. Glad he's doing all right. And I think this is better than leaving in a helicopter. I'm happy with it.
Here's the look at the top 10 in points for the ASCS Southwest Region after 2 races completed. They return back to Central Arizona Raceway in Casa Grande, Arizona on April 15th for round number 3 of the 2023 season. Thanks for tuning in on Sprint Car News today. We hope you enjoyed this, and as more races get completed as the year goes along on the West Coast, we will be covering them here on Sprint Car News today.